Hey everyone, Ace of Clay here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another video. This one's going to be a little different than normal because today I will be unboxing JAZZA'S Ultimate Creativity Collection. Right, if you're wondering what JAZZA'S Ultimate Creativity Collection is, it is this huge art box right here that actually includes 3 boxes inside of it. JAZZA was kind enough to send me this about a month ago. I realize I am kind of late to the game here. There are so many other YouTubers that have already dove into this. I know Nerdy Crafter's done a video, Chloe Rose Art has done one, Ray Dizzle. Now I'm finally gonna do mine. Today in this video, I'm gonna focus mainly on the Super Sculpture box. If you wanna see these other 2 boxes, the Mega Minis box and the Inky box, I will put some links to my friends' videos in the description box below who have already looked at those for you. Like I said, we're gonna focus on the sculpture box today. So first impressions, this is huge. Like, this is amazing. It feels very high quality. I love the glossy cardboard. I love how he's got this sleeve to hold it all together, and it's just the perfect tightness to allow the boxes to easily slide in and out with no trouble. I believe the retail value for all 3 boxes is like $365, which is a huge value because when you go into each box and you price out everything, normally it's way more than that. So very impressive that he is able to offer this for such a great value. And of course, I will have links to purchase all 3 boxes or each box individually in the description box below, so be sure to check that out. So first and foremost, thank you so much, JAZZA, for including me in the launch of your latest masterpiece. I'm truly honored and I cannot wait to dive in. All right, so let's get our sculpture box out. All right, so we've got JAZZA'S Super Sculpture box. Do I need to move the camera down a little bit? Probably. Let's move it down just a little. Oh, that's a little too much. Is that better? No? Alright, that's a little better. And also, just a quick disclaimer, I am not turning into an unboxing channel. We will be back to your regularly scheduled programming next week. Alright, let's finish opening this thing. Ta-da! Alright. Very nice. Alright, first thing we've got here, listen, okay. I did open this once before, but I didn't take anything out. I do want it to be as true of a first impressions as possible, but like I said, I couldn't wait. I've had this for a month. I looked through everything already, but I didn't take any of it out. So first thing we have here is a nice sculpting tool set branded with JAZZA'S avatar. Okay, you know what? We're not gonna do it that way because see what I'm doing, okay. And this is very nice, nice quality, some nice stitching here. You put your sculpting tools in the little plastic pockets here, and then when you're done, just roll the whole thing up, tie it up with this nice little string. Very nice, very nice. I will definitely be using that. All right, next we've got some sculpting tools. And I do have to say, this is actually the sculpting set that I recommend in every single one of my videos. The one that I use personally isn't available anymore, but I found this one, and it is in the description box, like I said, of every video, and it is so good. And this was also included in my 200K giveaway package too, but excellent choice, JAZZA, if I don't say so myself. You've got your cutting tools here, some nice blades, a wonderful spoon tool. These are just incredibly high quality. They're heavy, they feel good in your hand, and they get the job done. I absolutely love this tool set. I was actually going to buy one for myself, but now that I have this one, we'll be using this one regularly. So very excited about that. Next, in terms of sculpting tools, we have these right here. These are the, I want to say, gouging tools. I don't use these too often, but they are very nifty when you're trying to take away clay. He's got literally every shape that you could ever possibly want. Very cool, love those. Then we've got a wonderful ball stylus from Excel Blades, one of my favorite companies ever. They have such high quality products and I'm constantly using their stuff. This ball stylus looks like it's in between like a small and medium size, and it also comes with like a burnisher and a couple other heads here, which is really cool. Again, Excel Blades, excellent company, made in the USA. Love this. Next we have some paintbrushes. These are actually the exact brand that I buy from my craft store all the time, so I'm very excited about that. These are all flat tip brushes, and I use these all the time, this exact brand and everything. Next we have an acrylic roller. If you don't have a pasta maker, this is great for rolling out flat sheets of clay, or if you need a thickness that your pasta maker doesn't do, this is great for that. And then we have this nice texture tool here. It's got some wire at the end of it here. This is great for adding like a grass texture or something like that, or maybe even, you know, hair a little bit. Nice little scraping tool. And then we have some awesome tools from Sculpey. I actually have never owned this and I'm really excited to finally have it. These are just blades to cut your clay. We've got like a little wiggly one here that'll cut a jagged line, and then we have one that you can bend into the shape that you like, and then a nice rigid straight one. Love these, really glad to have them now. And then of course some wonderful armature wire, and it is aluminum, so it's not going to melt until it hits a temperature of 1,220 degrees. All right, next we've got some chalk pastels. I believe he included these as a way to color your clay, so you can actually brush the pastel, like you take a paintbrush, you brush it onto the pastel, and then you brush it onto your clay, and that's a way to color your sculpture instead of painting it. You do this when the clay is still uncured. I don't have a video that I've done on this yet, but I have used this technique before. It works great, shades very well. I'll have to show you someday. So love these. These are also great for drawing. All right, now for the clay, I'm really excited about this. All right, first we've got this nice pack of colored clay. This is Sculpey 3. You guys know how much I love Sculpey. Sculpey truly has my heart. And these are the classic colors. These blend together perfectly. You can make a bunch of different colors with these. And then we have some Cos clay. You see me use this sometimes in my sculptures if I need to create an area that needs to bend so I can get my paintbrush behind it, or it's so thin that I don't want it to break off. I will just use Cos clay. I also made my Dracula sculpture last Halloween 100% out of Cos clay, so this is really good stuff. Love it for things like that. Oh, and then we've got some rubber shaper tools. You know how much I love these. These are really nice. I like that they're longer than the ones that I use all the time, so they feel better in my hand. I have really big hands, so these feel really nice. It's like the nice standard paintbrush length, and they've got this beautiful soft satin finish on the handles. And you know what? I think they're a little firmer than the ones that I use, which is actually a good thing. I think the ones that I use sometimes can be a little too soft, but these are very nice. I'm looking forward to using these guys. And then lastly in the sculpture box, the super sculpture box, right? Yeah. We have some monster clay. I have never used monster clay before. I've seen a ton of other people use it. It looks like really cool stuff. And today we're actually going to bust into this and create a sculpture out of it. So this will be a kind of monster clay first impressions video. All right, that is it for the unboxing of the super sculpture box. If you really want to see me unbox the other two boxes and create projects with them, let me know in the comments and I will definitely do so. Then again, you can buy the whole collection, all three boxes, for I believe $365, and then you can buy each box individually if you'd like. Let's see what the prices are on that. All right, so I was right. You can buy all three boxes for $365, or you can buy each one individually. The sculpture box is $99.99, the inky box is $99.99, and the miniature box is $199.99. So great prices for everything. Honestly, you could not get all of this stuff right here for $100. I'm just saying. So great value, awesome products, and I recommend it. This is Ace Clay approved. Nice. All right, so for the rest of this video, we are going to make a sculpture out of monster clay, like I mentioned earlier. Again, I have never used this stuff before, and I'm really excited to. So we're gonna kind of start here and see what happens. I'm gonna take all of my new tools out. I'm only gonna be using the tools that were included in JAZZA'S set, which is more than enough. And this is pre-workout. Oh, I'm gonna have a heart attack. Okay, not gonna use the cosplay. Okay. All over the place. Set this aside, and because I'm using monster clay, I don't think you can paint this. I don't need paintbrushes or anything like that. Okay. Oh my God, Anthony, get it together. Finally ready to do this. Okay. So I've got some aluminum foil here for our armature, and then I've got, like I said before, armature wire, these rubber shaper tools, all of these nice gouging tools, the texture tool, and then the amazing ball stylus and burnisher tool from Excel Blades, and then this lovely set right here. Really excited about this one, especially this big spoon tool. Like, this is gonna come in handy so many times. Okay, so let's unwrap our monster clay, and then I'm gonna change the camera in a second to my normal view. So just gonna do a little bit of this here, get our armature figured out, and then once I start doing the details, I will put the camera on my desk like I normally do. Oh, I need this. Can't forget my cutting board that I work on. All right, scissors. This is my art studio and I don't have a pair of scissors. I really don't have a pair of scissors. See if this will do it. Oh, nice. It's a good blade. All right, now the thing about monster clay, I haven't done a ton of research on it. I just know that I think it's wax-based, oil-based elastic clay. And then right here it says JAZZA'S favorite clay. Very nice touch. And I believe this is the medium version of it, so it's not the soft and it's not the firm. Very good decision there. See, I don't want to ruin the picture on the front. Now the thing about this clay is it never cures. You don't bake it in the oven, you just sculpt with it. And I think you're supposed to mold and cast it in resin. So this is really just kind of like a model maker's type of clay. It is not like Sculpey, so you do not bake it in the oven. And then another thing about this clay is that it does not come in sizes like this. I believe this is a one pound brick. Normally you have to buy like a 5-pound one, I think. So they did this size just for JAZZA'S box. So honestly, if you're ready to start sculpting and you want to try monster clay, this is a great way to try it because this stuff is not cheap, and the fact that you don't have to buy a huge box of it is really convenient and money saving. So I love that. And then you can use it right out of the box. You can see here, it's pretty soft. It's not super hard. I honestly would compare the firmness of this to like a combination of Sculpey medium and Sculpey firm. Like it's not as firm as Sculpey's firm, but it's not as soft as Sculpey's medium. So if you're familiar with Sculpey's firmness, then that's really the best explanation I can give you. But like I said, I've never used this stuff before. And I do know that if you want to soften it, you can stick it in the microwave. I really don't feel the need to, because it is pretty soft already, but you can get this down to a liquid form if you warm it up enough, and then you can sculpt with it like that too if you want. So like this, and this march is getting in the way. So can't have anything on my hands and arms when I'm sculpting. All right, so we're just conditioning this nice and good. And okay, first impressions. It smells different than Sculpey. I don't think Sculpey really has a smell. I'm just gonna be comparing this to Sculpey because Sculpey is the only thing I use. So right off the bat, it's interesting how this feels. It feels kind of, I wanna say waxy. I'm pretty sure this is wax based too. Really interesting, very waxy, very cool. I can see why people like this. I really like the consistency of it. Can you paint monster clay? I don't see. I should have done some research before I did this here. It will temporarily soften with heat and will return to its original firmness when cool. Okay, monster clay is a wax-based plastiline. It remains soft enough to be constantly remodeled and changed and can be remelted and reused. It is not intended to make permanent items for display, rather used as a temporary material, which can then be molded and cast into something more durable later. All right, so for this video, let's make a little bust. I believe in JAZZA'S monster clay video from like a year or two ago, he made a bust. So while this video is all JAZZA themed, let's make a bust too. You know what? Let's break out the Lazy Susan. There we go. Makes life a little easier. All right, now we've got that figured out there. Not too bad. Let's cover this in clay. Oh, you know what? We're gonna stick this in the microwave just to soften it a little bit because I'm gonna give myself carpal tunnel. Be right back. Oh yeah, this is way better. Look at this. Like it's like butter. It's like melted butter. Feels great. This piece is a little softer than the other one. Oh, look at that. Whoa. Oh, that's cool. All right, this is a little too soft here, this piece, so we're gonna let that cool down. Use this one instead. They're both pretty soft. Probably shouldn't. I put this in for 30 seconds. Probably shouldn't have done that. Probably should have done like 15, but look, it's going on that foil very easily. It's just like the weirdest thing ever. I like it, I do like it, don't get me wrong. Someone's calling me. I swear to God, if I get one more spam call. Hello? Hello? Don't they say that like if you get a call and nobody's on the other line, it's like a dead relative or someone trying to contact you? Grandma, is that you? Look at that, can you see it? It's been a while since I've made a bust. The last bust I made was that stupid wizard head back in January that nobody liked. Oh man, what a great start to the year that was. Remember that? I was just so stressed out because like it's my first video of the year. My December videos really didn't do that hot. But the first video of the year just totally tanked, and I just remember being so bummed out about it. But I was like, who wants to watch me make a wizard head? Like it's such a niche subject or niche, whatever you want to say. I don't know, I just remember being really bummed out about that. And then, you know what, at this point, I've learned to not give a bacon bond about the numbers behind my YouTube videos anymore, because it honestly becomes an obsession. For any social media platform, it doesn't matter if it's YouTube or whatever, Instagram, Pinterest, Facebook. If you're constantly obsessing over the numbers, it's not healthy. I mean, it's good to look at your analytics every once in a while, but like, man, don't make it like a constant thing. Like, I don't even really read comments that much anymore in my YouTube videos, because I'll read, like, I'll stick around for like the first hour and a half. I'll have my notifications turn on and everything, and I'll, you know, try to like comments and respond and stuff. But like after that, like, I'm done reading. Like, I don't need somebody to say that like I suck. I don't need to read that. Like, I don't care. If you think I suck, fine, go watch someone else. That's just kind of where I'm at with it too. And that's kind of like a goal for this year that I had for myself. Another thing was eating healthy. Right, again, first impressions, feels great. Love how easily workable it is. One of my questions is like, how would I maintain the temperature of this? Because as it sits here, it's cooling off and it's getting harder. So like, would I have to use like an electric frying pan? Would that even be a thing? And maybe I could, or get like some type of like hot pad, something like that. But I don't know, I just have to keep conditioning it because I don't want to have to keep running to the microwave. And then if this gets too hard and I want to soften it again, do I stick this whole thing in the microwave? Like, I probably don't want to do that, especially because it's made out of aluminum foil on the inside, so you really don't want to do that. Okay. We're just gonna keep smoothing this out. I'm not gonna make like this like super refined sculpture today by any means, but we're gonna do something that's halfway decent. I think because JAZZA'S got a vampire on his little package here, we're gonna do a vampire too. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and switch around the camera and you'll get a closer look at what I'm doing. All right, and we're back to our usual setup here. I got a new like mic situation going on, so I really hope that I sound okay. All right, let's start pressing out our eyes. Right, as you can see, got a bunch of little dust particles in the clay. That kind of sucks. Give him a little bit of a larger chin. The stuff is staying pretty soft. Like, it physically doesn't feel as warm as it did when it came out of the microwave, but the softness is still there. I like that. Little chin going on here. We haven't had to touch any tools yet. Let's refine the cheekbones a little bit, figure out where those are gonna go. Now while I do this, how are you guys doing? What's new? Let me know in the comment section. I know we're going through some really weird times right now. That looks pretty good. I'm going for a more stylized looking vampire, kind of like the Dracula I made last year. Kind of not. So then for this though, I want to raise his brow bone a bit. Oh, and then I want to know too, do you like the live voiceovers, or do you like when I explain like every little thing that I'm doing in the post-production voiceovers that I normally do? I kind of like these. Well, I kind of like doing the live voiceovers because, one, I don't have to spend time recording new ones, but at the same time, it's kind of hard for me to do it because I have 2 dogs and I don't want to leave them in their crates all the time. So you kind of hear them in the background if I did. My older videos, like my first videos that I put out in like 2018, those were all live voiceovers. I don't know why I made the switch. So next I want to make his eyes. Take a little ball of clay right here. Alright, now let's take out our new spoon tool. I've never used this one before. I'm really excited too. Oh, it feels great. It's longer than the other tools I used too, I think. Oh, another reason too why I don't do live voiceovers, I think this is why I don't, is I need to be listening to music and I like chewing gum when I'm working. So I don't know if you guys want to listen to me chew gum 20 minutes every week, but also, hello, copyright strikes from the music coming out of my headphones. That's nice and roughly blended there. So I'm just going to simultaneously create the eyelids and the eyeball with this tool. I'm sort of just rocking it in there. Again, this isn't going to be the greatest sculpture in the world. I'm just doing it to try out monster clay and get a feel for it. See, I'm just sort of pressing in the shape of the open eye. Rough eye 1 done. Let's do rough eye number 2. And again, I'm not going for realism. If you can't tell already, these eyes are way too big if I'm going for something realistic. Oh, something I get a lot from people is why I don't go live more often, and honestly, it's because I am very nervous when I go live. I don't like doing it. I'm not cut out for that kind of stuff, but I will do it every once in a while. I prefer being able to edit myself. Not gonna lie. So that's why I don't do more stuff. And honestly, like, how much more do you want of me? Like, are you gonna get sick of seeing me all the time if I'm going live and doing YouTube videos all the time? I really hope this mic sounds good, because if it doesn't, that's really gonna suck. Keep going. It's fun sculpting at this scale. I hardly ever sculpt this big, and I always forget how much I like it until I do it again. Well, those are some crazy looking eyes. Wow, that looks really bad. One thing I will mention about monster clay is that my hands feel oily. It's not hot in here at all, and my hands feel like they're sweaty. Not sure I like that very much. Let's try some of these shaper tools now. Oh yeah, these are definitely firmer than the ones that I use. I like these a lot. This is going to be the start of a long friendship. There's so much lint in this thing, oh my god. I roll out a snake of clay that tapers at one end. Monster clay is snake of clay rolling approved. Same thing for the other side. Right now, in the 15 minutes that I've been doing this, the monster clay is, I think, almost completely back to how it was in the packaging before I stuck it in the microwave. Just want to take note of that. It stayed nice and soft for about 15 minutes. I do have to say I think Sculpey blends better than monster clay, but they both have their perks and their uses. Monster clay kind of feels like super Sculpey when it's not fresh. That's a good way of explaining it, but like in a good way. I don't know how else to explain it. I really don't like how this makes my hands feel. It's kind of annoying. I can get over it, like I would definitely like use this stuff again. It's just a little thing that bugs me. It feels like my hands are sweaty. Is that too big? Yeah, I think so. A little too big. monkey eyes. I hate them so much, I want to just smash them in. Maybe we'll give him sunglasses. What the? Oh, hey, maybe he will have glasses. Little ones on his nose. Is that stupid? Whatever, we'll just leave that out. Now, what I like about this clay, another positive thing about it is that I'm not really, like, by picking it up and like touching it, I'm not really smashing anything. Like, I'm not ruining any of my details. I really like that. Not the best ear in the world for this one, but good enough. Let's do some hair. I'm gonna put this back in the microwave actually. And we're back. All right, this is 15 seconds in the microwave. Do some hair on this guy and call him done. And Dracula's done. Or should I say, and he's done! Let me know what you think in the comments. And that's a wrap. JAZZA'S Super Sculpture Box is 100% Ace of Clay approved. 10 out of 10, would recommend, and look at that. There's a picture of him on the back too. And I had a blast using monster clay for the first time to create my little Dracula sketch. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. As always, thank you so much for watching and being here. I will put all the links to all of JAZZA'S boxes, including the Super Sculpture box and the Ultimate Creativity Collection with all three in the description box below, along with links to my friends' videos where they reviewed them as well. Again, thank you for watching and being here, and I will see you in the next video.